Day 2. Today we want to be productive, hopefully. And I also just realized that we never even spoke about what kind of hardware we want to put inside. And it will be with a 285K that's already delidded. I wanted to delete the CPU with you, but I have concerns that we won't make it in time. Because originally we planned 1 day for this. We extended it to 2, but I'm not sure if 2 will work out if we also have to do that part. So
Thankfully you've done that already, but we still have more to do because I have the 4090 here that's going to go into this build, and we also have a little bit of rebuilding to do with that since it's going to be water cooled, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to you doing that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will suddenly have black fingernails in the close-up. Before we get to the productive part, well, it's kind of productive, I guess, but yeah, it kind of hurt me what you said about...
It's really ugly.
Yeah.
It's really ugly.
Yeah, so we have to fix that. We have to do something about it. So I thought we will just make a small cover, maybe out of white acrylic or some other white plastic that we can find and hopefully laser cut. And then we also still have to cut some kind of a holder for our pump. With a passion for IT and technical expertise, Hetzner offers innovative solutions for complex requirements worldwide. Through its own state-of-the-art data centers in Falkenstein, Nuremberg and Helsinki, as well as cloud locations in the US and Singapore, Hetzner prioritizes efficiency above all. The server auction offers both standardized systems and previously customized setups, all with no minimum contract term and no setup fee. Thanks to the server auction, hardware is reused sustainably, providing highly affordable systems while benefiting the environment. Find out all details about the server auction in the link below. Did you ever laser cut something?
I didn't know.
But your case, you have like a custom built case, right?
I do, yeah, an acrylic custom.
So we will do the same procedure as what she has as her case. I just thought I make a small circle in the center for the fitting, and then this cutout, well, this piece of acrylic to cover the hole of shame. For our small pump bracket, all we need is a 300,000 euro water jet cutter, microjet cutter that we have, and some engineers making the bracket. Luckily, we have all that, and let's do it. The machine itself is rather small. You can't see that much, but the magic behind it is actually this pump. It's a high pressure pump, 4,000 bar, which is quite a lot, and it needs 40.37 kilowatts of power, which is insane. And this is how it's possible that we can cut through up to 50 millimeter of steel with that machine. And today we will only cut 2 millimeter of aluminum.
Okay, we're gonna start the pump now, and then we are gonna cut it out.
Looks pretty awesome, I would say. Just a little bit sharp edges.
Yeah.
So we have to do a little bit of work on it. Well, you have to do a little bit of work on it. We have to sandblast it. Well, glass bead blast it. And I told you yesterday already that that's fun to do, right?
Right.
Yeah. Are you happy with the result?
I'm very happy, yeah. It's pretty.
We had to cut it again because the one we cut was made from PS, which is not that great for laser cutting. Didn't have that smooth edges, but this one looks pretty.
Yeah,
should be good to hide this monstrosity.
Hopefully.
You can try it.
Huh? Are you sure you measured it? No way.
Next step is countersunk the holes of the bracket. One side for the pump, other side for the fans. So you would remove that leak test sticker?
Yeah. We know it's tested, so we can remove it now.
Great. What about warranty?
If you think you're going to get warranty on anything we've done here on this build thus far, I have news for you.
We are currently trying to figure out if all of this will even fit together.
Again.
We plan to route from top radiator to pump to the other radiator, from the back to the GPU, which will be vertically mounted. And
it should fit.
Should fit.
It'll be a snug fit, but it should fit.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good. It's a really nice plate.
I agree. Yeah, looks better than expected. I originally thought it looks much worse, but...
I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is still very ugly.
Yeah, yeah. We will get a cover for that. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Eric.
But what about the cabling? I don't have sleeves to cover this, but we can probably solder different wires to it. How are your soldering skills?
I've never soldered before.
Oh, great. So I guess we continue the Grizzly apprenticeship. Thanks.
I just asked myself how to differentiate the actual RAM and our optical copycats that we got with the light enhancement kit. But they do look a little bit different here at the bottom where they go into the motherboard. So let me just take them out. So the lower one is the actual RAM, and this is our optical copycat. And you can see how the bottom row that goes into the motherboard looks a little bit different on these. So we can differentiate them. Do you maybe want to take a look at this? I'll just try to fit the PSU. And we might have a problem.
Why did we get a shift one?
I don't know. So I just tried maybe making it work. We do have a shift PSU here, which means all of our attachments are at the top rather than at the back end of it. And with this case, that's a little bit of a problem. So we tried to fit it, and I think we could use the ones in front, but I think anything that's in the back end of it will not work, and I tried to fit the motherboard one. And you can see that it's just not working.
No, that didn't look right.
Not even with violence.
I asked, get it in there. Can you not use a little bit of gentle force? But even with a lot more than gentle force, it doesn't fit.
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not. So we have a backup PSU, which is not that nice, but backup PSU in place, and you think it will work?
I think so. We have all of our access in the back, so I'm pretty confident it'll work out. This is how our box of horrors looks from the back. We put the PSU in, we put a couple of cables already in place.
How do you mean box of horror?
Well, look at it. So that's already done, so we have some guidelines, and we started pulling some cables through since that's going to be annoying in the end afterwards. And while I've been busy with that, Roman has actually been working on the water cooling. How happy are you with your progress on that so far?
I have very mixed feelings about what I'm doing. I had to do it this way. There was no better option, but like this is intake and this is out towards the bottom radiator, but originally this would be the fill port. Now, if we fill the PC later, we will have to, I don't know, flip it by 90 or 180 degrees to fill it here. So that's all not that perfect, but we got the drain valve.
So all in all, we still love it.
I'm trying to.
Come on. It's a labor of love and some frustrations.
It's time to mount CPU and CPU block for this because it's a delidded CPU. we will have to use liquid metal. Means we have to clean CPU from both sides. Well, not the CPU from both sides. We have to clean both CPU and the water block, and then apply liquid metal. How does it smell like?
It smells pretty good, actually.
Oh, nice. There's like multiple signs of probably don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And the first thing she does is just smell on the lid.
Yeah, it smells nice.
Yeah, perfect. By the way, those are 7200 C36 48 gigabyte.
So we're currently mounting the M.2, and just so you know, there is an M.2 slot under the lettering that says M.2, but a certain someone told me to take off the big plate instead. Do you want to explain yourself?
Betrayal. It's first of all, I'm lazy, as you know, that's nothing new, and we will not be able to attach the VRM block to the water cooling loop because there is no space. In theory, on that board, the Gen 5 slot is on top and you can water cool it, which would be nice, but it's an MP600, which is Gen 4, so we don't really need it. I think that's enough of an excuse, right?
Maybe. So, we're going to put them in. Do you want to explain to the people why we're putting them here?
Because the manual didn't detail which M.2 slot is connected to where, and I just want to avoid any kind of lane sharing to the GPU. Maybe there is no lane sharing, but I just don't know, and I think the slot furthest away is probably the safest call. Okay, perfect.
So I forgot about the foil, and you told me that you actually never pull the foil off.
It's leaking secret information again. Yeah, because I'm lazy, and for any kind of normal video, it's like not necessary. If I just mount any SSD in the motherboard, I will have to remove it again after the video. So I usually don't peel them off, and it always works. So, yeah.
You good?
Maybe.
What are you doing?
That is our pump cover, and I just added some markings. And for that reason, the markings are, I'm not sure, they're like stuck in the plastic. I cannot remove it anymore. Even with some solvent, acetone doesn't work. Oh. So, fixing everything.
Don't break it, yeah?
I already removed the pins of the connectors. Now we have this nice 3D printed pump housing.
It looks really good.
Yeah, just now we have to fix the cabling that looks absolutely ugly. And we still have this.
To save the bottom spot. So because the cabling on the pump looks really bad, we had a little bit of an idea, because on our PSU we have some leftover cables, and we figured maybe we can use one of these cable sleeves to put over the pump cables so that they're not that colorful anymore. So I'm trying to take this one apart so we can maybe move it onto it.
Now, if we glue that on here, it almost looks like intended and
Like nothing ever happened.
nothing happened.
So, as you can see, we took off our cable protectant, and I now just clipped off the head here so I don't injure our mesh sleeving. And now we have an extra mesh. And then it's a bit of a tight fit, but it probably doesn't matter.
We're making some very good progress right now. I will finish the fans on the bottom. The pump is in place, also added a little bit of the tubing already. And the best of all is that I don't have to do
The cable management.
Yeah. Yesterday you said you will not do that.
I hate it.
And yeah, she just started doing that, so it's perfect. And next step will be adding the motherboard, and then pretty much only the GPU, some tubing is left, and a little bit of cable management. And then we're almost done. That was easy.
Right.
While we're fixing the tubing for the GPU, and I will now, if that's okay for you, proceed with the motherboard.
Yeah.
People might ask themselves, who are you even? And so what are you doing, except for being in the video here?
Well, I'm a full-time esports caster and host. That means I have a very wide job field. Sometimes I'll be casting a world championship for Riot Games, and sometimes I'll be hosting a game show at Gamescom for ISIS. So it's really very different, but super fun, super entertaining, lots of different stuff, lots of travel, and I also do content.
Yeah, that's how we met at Gamescom, because she was hosting the entire event. And it was a lot of fun, and yeah, we figured, you know, it's like basically the same lifestyle of traveling way too much. Yeah, and apart from that, you also do Twitch, and
That's
you have
true.
a YouTube channel. So yeah, you should definitely, because it's English content. So you should definitely go over there. I will make sure you can find it easily in the description, probably also in the video title. Make sure you go over to her YouTube channel, subscribe, check out the content. It's not only Let's Plays there, right?
No, so it's a lot of content on Germany and German culture. Since I travel so much, I kind of figured it'd be nice to share some of our culture and like fun things we do, like having a city that doesn't exist.
Germans can have fun?
Sometimes, yeah. Very, very limited fun. And then also some gameplay and just whatever comes up.
I figured I have to lift up the radiator while mounting the motherboard, otherwise I cannot access the top screws.
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah. Thanks. Oh, I figured there's another RGB cable from the... we have one more from the CPU block.
Great.
Great.
I'll find a way. So, for context, we just tried to put our motherboard in, and we tested this yesterday already to make sure it fits, since there is a bigger block here with the radiator. And now we just put it in, and it's kind of not fitting. Turns out our RAM is in the way of the radiator.
Before I will have my mental breakdown, we thought, let's first try a different set of memories, because I was close to just cut away a part from the memory. I know it's something you shouldn't do, but I would, you know me, I would do that. And then also cut away a part from the fan, which might give us enough room. We thought maybe like 5 millimeters or something.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, and then I figured we just try a small and like lower profile dim set first, if that helps. Okay.
You want to try it?
Moment of truth. Let's see if it still collides or not.
Is it a RAM though?
Oh, no.
It doesn't feel like it's a RAM. It feels like it's something here.
Wait, huh? Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right now, we are finishing on most of the cables. We found some extra ones that we're daisy chaining right now, and we still have to place the ones that we just attached to the motherboard, but most of the fan cables are already sorted. And then Roman is currently fixing something. What are you doing exactly?
Moria wanted to plug the Molex, and then she said that this does not fit. I was a bit confused, and then I figured out I plugged the connector on the wrong side. Well, I didn't plug it, but the pins were on the wrong side, so it was partially my fault.
Partially. The other part was my fault for wanting to connect it. Is it true?
Is there a new type of reliability or durability test for memory sticks that I should be aware of?
So I just tried to clean up some of her desk space, and one of these fell down, but it fell on my shoe, so it's all good.
Okay.
Do you want to check out the cables?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it?
Yeah. That is probably much better than when I did it, or when I would have done it. I like on this case that you have those cable routing fields. Makes it look tidy.
Yeah, as an explanation, because all of the fans are daisy chained with cables rather than click daisy chains, we do have a little bit of extra cables everywhere, but we do have them sorted nicely together. And this is our GPU cable, so that's not in yet. As soon as I know how far it needs to go out, I'll attach it to the rest of it, depending on where it needs to go. But I'm pretty happy with it.
And yeah, almost done. Almost done.